Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
This is Sparta!
It's the Al Travis Show. I have absolutely been waiting. It's probably been way too long to get our next guest on. She is Senator Gustafson. She is in like 99% of the stories that come out about OIG, but she's about the 12th paragraph down, bringing up the fact she started this whole thing. And I'm thinking she's got to be red hot, burning mad like I am about it. Senator Gustafson, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Go back. We've been doing this opening day, opening ceremonies, if you will, the Olympics. You guys kickstart. There's the Senator Hoffman grand entrance and speech. Love that. Try to keep a tear out of your eye. Then they have the Hortman, I want to say memorial. I don't know what you call it. Pretty good day as far as it seemed like everybody was going to get along, that there is this common thing. And I think Hoffman hit it when he said, if it weren't for my daughter, others of you might have been in trouble too. And it was like, yeah, see, it didn't matter who you were. But that lasted all of about 12 hours, and then we're right back at it, right? Is that how you felt about it? That day is history now.
Right. And we see that in the Senate particularly, we've lost quite a few senators. We lost Bruce Anderson. We lost Kerry Dietzig a couple of years ago. And then, of course,
Bruce
Hoffman.
Anderson.
So, yeah. And so I think we really, for us, too, we felt that heaviness in our own chamber. And then you're right. The next day, it's like, okay, we're going to be back at it again. And it's I always want to remind people, it is okay to disagree. It's just the way in which people disagree nowadays just feels like it is off the charts. And we can't just disagree on a policy. We have to always make it personal. We have to try to make it engaging. We have to try to get other people to be outraged and angry, and so they share a video. And it's just, I don't know. It doesn't make for a very easy work environment.
I want your feelings of this, and then I wouldn't ask that of most people because they're going to hide it anyway. I want your feelings on this. So you do all this work to get this OIG bill passed last year, and literally one vote away, right? I mean, it was 67-67. It doesn't get taken in the House. It's not dead on the vine, but that's what happened last year. You go through 9 months, and I presume it hits you as hard as anybody. All this fraud report, and we're across the nation, and you're like, yeah, that's why I need my bill. I presume you spent 9 months. Yes, that's your TV. Well, this is why we need my bill.
Right, right.
So it comes up on Wednesday after the session starts. And I've used this before, but I get off the air and I'm doing some stuff. Then at the end of the day, I look, and on X, I see the story that the Republicans killed your bill. And my head kind of turns like, why would they do that? They were for it last year, and what would switch is all this negativity. We should be all on this thing. And then you read the bill and you find out some Democrats put in, I'm calling it a poison pill. They wanted to amend your bill to the point that it completely swapped. Every Democrat said yes. They killed this thing on purpose. What does that make you feel like at the end of the day when you're like, I don't think I've ever heard you say this was a perfect bill. This is a pretty darn good bill that can get us going in the right direction. So your thoughts on that day alone?
Right. And I think what was hard about it was that I didn't realize it was going to be like a delete everything. And what I think the frustration was, and why I felt like I had to say something, was because we had worked for over a year. It is hard to build trust in this environment, right? We just got done talking about why, right?
Yep.
So we had a group of us that worked together, and that takes a lot of trust. You have to leave your ego at the door. You have to work. Everything that we are in that room is not going to, it's not like it's a super secret meeting, but it's one of those trust things. We're like, okay, we're not going to we're not going to speak out against each other. We're in this room to work. And we did a lot of good stuff. And then it felt like all that had just been sort of taken away. Now, that being said, there is a process in the House. The House should have their own position. They're going to have their own changes. The Senate is fine with that. It is all part of our process. But I think the delete everything felt a little bit blindsided.
I think you're going to get 5 stars for following the line of talk for the House. But you and I, you got to agree with me. This is cray-cray. They could have done the same work you did last year on the House side and worked through massage whatever issue there is, and we could have got an OIG report, a bill out. But they didn't. They then had 9 months of us being the front page of the paper every day, get together, talk to the other. Is there anything to keep you guys from talking to each other in the summertime after session?
No.
Okay. Maybe there's some rule. So good. Talk to Bob and say, Bob, what is your hang up on this? Let's do this thing. That should have gone on. So when this bill showed up, because I think it says 60%, I believe 80% of Minnesotans are about as fed up on fraud as we can get. I mean, this is just boiling over. Yeah. And then when our representatives get there, it's a game. It's a play. It's, well, we brought it up and the Republicans said no. No, you know what I'm saying? It is so frustrating. Now, I'm going to add to the frustration because you're going to get mad at me. I'm not trying to put you in a box, but you are in this at the base. You're the head coach of this team. Yeah. The governor comes out with his fraud plan yesterday because the government's going to take away $260 million because they don't think we're taking care of it well. I don't want us to see the money gone, but I can see where they're coming from. That being said, he comes out with an 18-step plan. Where are my notes? 18-step. And this plan says he wants an OIG bill. Like, wait a minute, you killed the thing last. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? So it says it wants that. He also wants there's 18 tougher penalties for fraud. Yeah, I'm the penalty king. Good for you, but no one that did the fraud even knew what the penalties were. They're not looking up the code book on fraud and saying, is it worth the 3 years in prison? Now it's 5. No one's doing that. Yeah, we had the Optum report came out and said we're not even following our own rules here, people. 1.7 billion. You got O'Malley, the inspector general of all the thing, whatever he was hired on, the director of policy or whatever. 57-page report comes out and said we're not even following our own rules here, people. What did he call it? A statewide, independent statewide investigator. What does that sound like to you, Senator? What is an independent statewide investigator? What do you call that? An OIG?
Right. Yep. An Office of Inspector General. Yes.
And he said, need to be independent, need to go out there and do this thing. So every human being in the world is saying this has to be independent. Yeah. And this is what the governor threw out. I'm sorry, is it hollow? Al, you a big Republican. This is hollow as all get out. I had an 18-point plan. We should throw people in jail for 2 years, not 4. No, that's not the problem. Your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, I think we have an OIG bill. It passed the Senate with 60 votes. That's the legislature. The legislature, good. So the good news is that he's got that right in front of him, right? We have a Senate bill that passed with 60 votes and is sitting in the House. So we don't need another option. We have one that's moving through a legislative process right now. Again, we can make tweaks. That is what the House process will be for. But we're going to come together with a bill that has already been presented and passed and has broad bipartisan support. So we don't need another one.
I love you. You are going to drive me nuts. What this governor should have done, this is Al telling you straight up, he should have come out and say, I don't want an OIG bill. I want the Senate's OIG bill. Right. As is, House, pass it. Now, I'm not saying we can't massage the ends of this thing down the road and say, hey, maybe this should have been spelt with a TH instead of an E, whatever. Yeah. But that's what he should have done yesterday. Now you're looking at me like I'm putting you in trouble. I don't want to put you in trouble. But your answer about that's what he should have done if he wanted to make a difference.
Yeah. I think that's what I was saying, but in a different way. But
yes, you did. In a very nice way, you did.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bill, so we have that. And I think it's great that it's being listed. I hope that means that it's going to be supported. What I'm looking at right now is the House. They have trust issues with each other. And that is really preventing the constructive conversations that this needs right now to get it across the finish line. I think we're getting, it might not look like it after this week, but I kind of woke up with a new perspective that, okay, maybe some of that is out of their system now and we can sort of come to the table and actually find some agreement on this and move it forward.
What color is the sky in your world, Senator? Because I love that you say that, But let's just say Representative A and Representative B cannot see eye to eye on a. They don't trust each other any further than they can throw them. Okay.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
You now step up and vote on this bill for what's best in Minnesota.
Well,
I
that's
don't
what
care
I'm saying, Al, because like what's going to come next, if it doesn't get through the House, what's going to come next is both sides blaming each other, right? And they're going to say, well, it was the Democrats who did this and it was the Republicans that did this. Okay, my point is that we did it in the Senate. You can do it in the House only if you want to. So if this is just going to be, because it'll be on
a pox on both houses.
Yeah, and it's just, this is why people don't like politics. So we've have to, like, I understand we're not asking you guys to be best friends. You don't have to, like,
you don't got to go bowling together afterwards. We're just trying to get this bill passed. Okay, I can live with that.
And I think they both want that, but they've got to get, they just need to, they need to find a way forward that works for everybody. You know, everybody wants to be able to save face and have a win, and I think there's a way to do that, but I need that, and I think we can get there.
I got to go to break. I don't see how anybody loses signing this bill. I don't see the loss in this. It's like, hey, Democrats comes out. We got that OAG bill passed. Heather Gustafson, great. This is a great bill. They're good. The right can say, hey, we got an OIG bill passed. We're going to make things better with fraud. Who loses on this bill? I don't understand that. I got to go to break. Here's where it comes from, and I'll go to break and we'll talk. I believe it's power in the game. Every one of those 67 on both sides have a chip in the game that they're never going to have again. You want my vote to go the other way? You want me to go this way? Then I need a new water treatment plant. I don't know what the going money is or the rate for that, but I think it's all because we have a budget going on. I got to go to break. We'll be back after this. I've got her, Senator Heather Gustafson, on the Al Travis Show.
Chanhassen Dinner Theatres proudly presents Guys and Dolls, packed with comedy, romance, dazzling dance numbers, and unforgettable characters. This Tony Award-winning Best Musical takes you from the gritty streets of New York to the colorful cafes of Havana. It's a high-rolling musical spectacular everyone will love. Don't wait. Visit chanhassendt.com and grab your tickets today. Guys and Dolls, Chanhassen Dinner Theatres, always entertaining you.
You need a friend at the Capitol who knows how to get things done.
And you're in luck, because that's exactly who we are, your friends at the Capitol, and we deliver results.
At Momentum Advocacy, we bring decades of experience in lobbying, public affairs, and crisis communications.
From local nonprofits to national corporations, we help you move policy, manage your media, and make your voice heard.
We're not just seasoned pros, we're essential partners.
Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol. Learn more at momentum-advocacy.com.
kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS-SHOW.
I really believe the fact that this is a election year and everyone's up. Every elected official's up in Minnesota here. That's going to affect how things work for you, Senator, as far as getting this bill done. Now, I say that no one wants to be the one to step out of line, going to get in trouble. You know, I got an election to do. That's bad for you. But any chance that I think the numbers are the same on both sides. There are a lot of people not running for re-election, right? They've decided to resign or, not run. Could you see one of them on any side folding, there's a terrible phrase, and saying, no, I will do what's right. My side may not want me to, but I know this Gustafson bill is good. Could you see that happening? Someone deciding, I'm out anyway. I know I should do the better good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of bills like that, right? And that's why I keep saying I want the OIG bill to get the House floor vote that it deserves. So not the urgency thing that they do all the time at the last minute where they try to do the gotcha stuff. I think I want it to go through the process and actually get to the floor. And then I know that I know it's got the votes to pass. I know it does. So it just needs to get there. And you're right.
That's what the rest of us don't understand. 67 Democrats voted not to have it be voted on, which is just the craziest thing. The rest of us don't even understand these rules. They voted not to vote on it. So if they're voting not to vote on it, I get it. If they have to vote on it, then they have to make a stand and someone will, but they're never going to vote on it. Boy, that's a weird sentence to say.
Well, I mean, some of it needs to get, this is why the urgency thing is a little bit silly. Some of it needs to be fixed. Even like the dates and the times don't match up from our bill last time because, so that stuff, if you just pass it like that, that means they're accepting the Senate bill as is. And there's there's things to fix. Yeah. That's whatever. That's inside baseball. I would just say that it deserves the floor vote. And here's why. In the Senate, we didn't have 67 votes. We had almost 67. We got 62-7, right? Mm-hmm. So there were some people that didn't want to do it. That's okay. That's okay. And the same goes for the House. There might be people who it doesn't matter how great I think the bill is. They might not vote for it. That's all right. We just need to have a majority vote on what they think if it should go forward or not. And I just can't stress that enough. I think it deserves a House floor vote and let the people decide.
All right. And I agree with you 100%. On that same line, though, because of all that we talked about, do you honestly think anything's going to get done if an OIG bill that the governor said today, I want it, and if that can't get passed, can you pass anything on the ICE legislation that the left really wants? Can you pass anything on the gun legislation? I mean, and is anything going to get done? I don't even know if bonding can get done if people are going to be this polarized.
No, I mean, I'm with you. That's why I think it was such an accomplishment last session. It was a pretty polarized chamber, and we got 60 senators to vote for it. This is why I thought, well, I mean, this is the reason I'm in the majority. I'm a Democrat. I did not need to bring in Republicans to this, but I wanted to. One, because I think it makes for a better bill, but also I knew that would help with the House process. But it turns out it didn't. So,
how long have you been in, Senator? How long have you been a senator? I should probably look that up before I ask.
I'm in my first term, so this is my fourth year.
Is this what you were hoping it would be? How is this compared to the wide-eyed young lady who came in to be the senator? How is this stacked up for you? I can't imagine this is what you hoped for or thought it would be.
Really difficult and complicated group project. I mean, that's with the biggest personalities ever. And Al, I used to be in radio. I used to be in radio, so I know big personalities. I was a high school teacher. I know big personalities. I know de-escalation tactics. I can keep people engaged, and I can put up with a lot. But this is different. There's a different kind of personality that people bring to this place, and I don't know. Maybe I don't fit in. I'll figure it out.
Well, you're an odd duck, and I mean that in the most beautiful way possible. I love that you're there. I think you're doing what you need to do. I could never do what you're doing. I mean that. Seriously. You're so odd duck in the best possible way. Thank you for being on the show. I really do. I appreciate you. She's Senator Heather Gustafson on the Al Travis Show.
You need a